Games under $1 FaceOff Battle Royale Edition. Now the reason I started this series was to show off what you can buy at the lowest price possible. I do understand that we live in an era of free-to-play games, and also the biggest game in the Battle Royale genre is Fortnite. I wanted to see the competition, well, if you could call it that, doing its best to compete with the small price point possible, being under $1. So today, we have two of the lowest Battle Royale games on Steam, Bean Battles versus Russian Battleground. Warning, my own opinions on these games are going to be told in this video, and if you have your own different opinions or you feel like I didn't give these gems enough credit, feel free to tell me in the comments below, and on with the video. Bean Battles. Now one big thing I did not expect in these games was to be very polished and completed to a point to where they could compete with the current big juggernauts in the title, but at least bring enough of the experiences I wanted to a Battle Royale. Now Bean Battles is not a polished gem, but it does have charm for 99 cents. I did not expect that the matches will be huge, well not 100 player huge, or well, I was hoping at least to be 60 players huge, but they were fairly small. I believe some of the matches I was in was probably 8 to 16 players. Honestly, I was surprised to see how many lobbies and how many players they have in this game. Since it is under 99 cents, I was expecting probably a very small player base, as we will see in the future. But it did have a lot of cool things available for it itself as well. Since it did have unlockables, so you can actually find or play games, grind them out, and actually unlock new items, to have cosmetics, have a new hat. Fairly simple, it wasn't too bad. And one thing is I really enjoyed was actually the gunplay. The gunplay was fairly solid. I think certain parts I would like to change, but besides that, for 99 cents, I wasn't really asking or trying to buy a lot. I got what I paid for the gunplay itself. So that's one thing, if you're looking for it, you can always have that. So it did have very consistent gameplay. Now, upgrades I think are probably the biggest standout for the game itself, because there was certain points where people had rocket shoes that you could go ahead and fly up. So that was pretty cool. I was not a huge fan of the map itself. That's probably one of the cons. I did not like the map design and how everything was placed, but it is something that did look like it was built in Unity or something fairly simple, so I would give them credit for attempting the map design. Menu was a bit confusing for my first time using it, and there was no quick match option, which kind of was a bit of a bummer, because I wish that was something that if a new player jumped in, you can actually just go quick match and start the game. The Steam page was a bit misleading, saying it was a Battle Royale, but I guess since my Battle Royale comparisons is Fortnite and Apex Legends and PUBG and some newer ones that currently just dropped, but I guess that's just having my expectations too high. Russian Battleground. Now, where do I begin with this game? First off, the reason why I chose it is that it had a very Doom style shooter, which was why I really wanted to try it out. And the big thing is I saw a lot of reviews on their Steam page showing that they had multiple players saying how great the game was, which is why I chose it. I wanted to kind of give the best of the best choices in this, but I found out that was a very big meta joke that I missed until I started playing the game. Besides the only positive points of actually being a Doom style shooter, the game was just too bad to play for more than 5 minutes. The menu was a lot harder than Bean Battles to kind of review and look over. The game itself had no quick play option. Could not find a weapon to save my life when it landed, so I was just stuck with a broken bottle. The bots only went after me, so that was a huge AI oversight. And the alcohol blurred your screen. I don't really expect too much from alcohol. I mean, honestly, that's expected, but at the same time, like, you couldn't dodge it. It was everywhere. I actually felt nauseous after playing this game, and I had to take a break from video games and media for a few hours. I do this for you guys. Okay. I had hope for this game to be the shining gem and actually be able to compete with Bean Battles, because I saw Bean Battles gameplay and I kind of overthought and was like, oh, this game's gonna be alright. But it was just bad. It was just, I recommend staying away. Now I choose these games randomly on the shop and look over key features like being a shooter and the price point being a major factor in all this, and I will stand by what I say. You get what you pay for. That's the biggest thing. So in conclusion, I believe Bean Battles really beats the hell out of Russian Battleground, because Bean Battles actually had an enjoyable experience where Russian Battleground made me nauseous. So now I guess that's really up to you personally. I feel like the games themselves look like they had some work put into them and they had a couple of meta jokes into them, but I feel like Bean Battles really beats out Russian Battleground. If you're looking for a title on Steam and you're very desperate, I recommend choosing Bean Battles. Okay. Now, all in all, if you guys have any questions or any future titles you want me to look into for this series, feel free to comment down below if you feel like you have a really nice contender, and that's one thing I always like to look into these games. I'm a very big person when it comes to this kind of stuff, and actually looking under $1 is probably my biggest price point, because it's easier to buy a $1 game compared to dropping $60 to $70 for the brand newest titles, or even going to the cosmetic sides of microtransactions. But I don't want to get into that.